Welcome back, everybody, to the League of West Champs channel, where we are getting into match number 2. It is Cobra and Fox here in the booth, and we are getting ready for Eclipse Golden Clouds going up against Ronin. Fox, how are you feeling about this upcoming match?
Oh, if I have to be totally honest with you, I have connections to both teams here. I am in the same organization as Golden Clouds, and I have a friend on the Ronin team, Boltini Rome, and she is wonderful personality, very uplifting. So I will try not to let personal connections come in, but it should be an exciting matchup. It looks like both of these teams starting out 1-1 again. It's not the worst thing in the world. You're right there at 500 again. Week 3, you get the chance to go over 500 like we just saw last game with the Brownies. They moved to 2-1, and one of these two teams is going to move to 2-1.
Yeah, absolutely. And both of these teams actually putting out fairly similar results. Their records in terms of their game win-loss are fairly similar as well. And the goals exactly tied at 24. So it looks like this game might rely a little bit more on the defense here yet again.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be whoever can come out with the best sort of rotation where you don't let too many defensive lapses hurt you, but you also want to be generating lots of offense. And if you in the chat want to generate something for yourself, I've heard if you subscribe to the Enthusiast tonight, you get a title known as Twitch Lurker. You get to be a Twitch Lurker in the Los Champs Twitch chat. Cobra, would you like to be a Twitch Lurker?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, as soon as we were told about that, I was kind of checking that off. Wrote a little thing on my post-it note like need now. So make sure we're gonna be on top of that. You guys in the chat should be on top of it. Not just that, not just the collectible titles, but there'll be badges, extra trophy space, special Discord role as well. And when we have different kind of tiers up here as well, you'll easily be able to upgrade there as well. So just it's everything you want in a very affordable package.
Yep. If you wonder why we are so happy about describing it, it's because we are both officially Twitch Lurkers. So we are feeling good about that. And we're also just vibing. We're still just vibing from last series, hoping to vibe here in this series.
We are vibing absolutely, and hopefully the players on the field will be vibing as well. So let's talk a little bit about this. You have some connections to both of these teams, and not necessarily a bad start. We talked about them both being 1-1. They're in a good spot here, and they can kind of break out of the pack with a win here. Who do you expect to really have an impact here in the series?
Well, it's really tough because the Golden Clouds, as a team of 3, they have yet to lose in Los Champs. They were champions last year in Tier 5, and in Tier 6 this year they are 2-0 already, which they are having an absolute tear in both of their tiers as a team of 3. But their 2s is a little bit of a different story. I think their 2s came, one of their 2s teams came in 2nd place last season, and the other one came in 3rd. So, 2s is a totally different dynamic. I know on the other side in Ronin, Boltini Rome, they've got a personality known as Chaotix coaching them. I've personally played against Chaotix. He's a great player. He's a great person overall. And when you have those types of people, in your Rocket League space helping you become a better player, can really transition on the field. I'm really excited to see what Ronin brings to the table here.
Yeah, and Ronin, I think especially when we have, again, Swiss format here, you're playing a team that typically has your exact record. Ronin has what I would call a quality loss. They lost to Supersonic Silvers in week 1. While the match wasn't necessarily all that close with them going down 3-1 in that one, that team, Supersonic Silvers, is up at the top of the tables right now. They have not lost. They were able to at least take a game off of them. So, each of the games were, kind of back and forth, but they were able to at least put a good performance on to one of the top performing teams at the moment. So, they're not that far away. It feels like they could definitely be swinging up, towards those teams at the top of the table.
Yeah, you're nearing the halfway point of the season. You want to do well now because revenge is a dish best served not only cold, but in the playoffs as well. You get a chance to go back at that team that, maybe got the best of you in the regular season, but you get to knock them out in their season in the playoffs. That is a great feeling. You have a whole season to build off of that loss, and, you've already seen their gameplay. You can always go back and revisit that if you end up as opponents. So never take the regular season lightly. I mean, sure, a loss right here, it's not the end of the world, but at the same time, you want to continue to build something, build up that momentum into playoffs, and maybe transition it into a championship. If you win the championship, if you bought the Enthusiast, you get 2 extra trophy slots. You can fill up that trophy case.
Absolutely. And, speaking about building something here, I think it's always a good idea to build some of those good habits in your play. Some of these rosters, as they're joining, leagues like this, they are, joining it, and they maybe haven't played together in this sort of fashion. So, maybe a lot of success in threes, like you said, for Golden Clouds, but the twos, still kind of working out exactly how to play that and how to play at this level. And so, always want to build those good habits, because those good habits will translate when the pressure is on, when you actually get into those playoff situations.
Yep. And you're on stream, you're playing, it's the big time, and we got game. It is the showdown, pardon me, between Ronin and Eclipse. Golden Clouds first play going to be towards the net off the post. Close chance from Boltini. Rebound also going to be wide. Boltini applying all sorts of pressure, though, looking for her teammate. Boltini's just walking around like playing single player right now almost, but Golden Clouds will get the clear and send it downfield.
Looking for a little bit of space. Phoenix, a good challenge. That'll get all the way to the other side, and have to be careful. Boltini already had about 3 or 4 opportunities in the first flurry, and doesn't want anyone getting close to the ball. Nice demolition there, but we'll have enough space. And, we were talking about the need for physical play in the first series, and I have a feeling, just based on the first minute of play, that is not going to be something that we are going to be needing here. We're going to get a ton of physical play back and forth, it seems, as the third demo will ring out here in the first minute.
Yeah, and although, I don't know if the old rule that you can't hit a girl applies here in Rocket League, they are plenty ready to demo Boltini because she has been already making quite the impact. But lots of demos, but the demos haven't really necessarily provided a huge benefit so far. It looks like these two teams, although they are getting the demo, that second player commits, and it just ends up on a one-on-one that doesn't really go anywhere as of yet.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a demo that is opening up an opportunity for a shot. It's typically been demos that are maybe on a rotation as someone is about to approach the ball, not necessarily a chance on target, like hitting the goalie here.
Clouds.
Yeah, but
comes back though.
It's good rotation. Again, a demo away from the play, the shot, but Boltini not able to get around it, looking for something here as Phoenix, hard on the drift there, unfortunately not able to get back around it, and still plenty of opportunities, and both teams have had opportunities in front of net, but no goals on target so far.
Not quite yet. We've seen a couple close chances. That's going to be a turnover. Phoenix going to have our opening goal as slots right in, takes advantage of a missed touch by the Golden Clouds here, and not the touch he wanted. Godless on his way back, but Phoenix, right spot, right time.
Yeah, that touch, you could kind of see what Panda was going for, trying to get a light touch in the middle of the field, look for a 50. Unfortunately, was close to the ball, but didn't actually get the contact forward that they're looking for, and unfortunately just off the line a bit. Now they'll be, behind on the times, but Phoenix might grab another. The daily double quick here as a nice interception leads to a second goal.
Can call this man advantageous. He found the soft spot between the two players. Godless tried to hand it off to Panda. He had the better angle, but right there, that split second it took that pass to get there, Phoenix is just there. He's quick, and he pounced on it. It's now 2-0 for Ronin. And how about the hat trick? As we talk about it, Phoenix comes right back. This time, he benefited by a pass off the kickoff.
Yeah, and Boltini Voltini is basically just holding that position, whether they get a touch on it or not. They could wait, and the goalie has to respect, has to wait for, you know, the possible play, the doink towards the net, you know, the possible pass. They have to kind of hold pat there. And Phoenix, a clean run for the shot, and it'll be a quick hat trick, a quick, you know, 3-goal swing, and finally a response here. But Panda will not hit the mark here. 2 minutes remaining, and Ronin in control.
It's definitely a close effort, but we could see that, you know, Golden Clouds, they finally starting to generate a little bit of offense. Here they come again. They can start to generate something. You know, you got 2 minutes. If you cut the deficit down to 2, anything could happen. And Panda, he rolls the dice, and he cuts the lead down to 2.
Yeah, and I think, you know, earlier we saw the pass get intercepted by Phoenix because there were 2 defenders that were there ready to play. They're in transition. They know there's only 1 defender back. Phoenix has to hold back just a little bit. Galdas makes a good pass. Panda, a little bit of a hesitation before the shot and finds an opening. And that's a little bit more the look that they need. If they want to have those passes, they have to make sure that there's not a player ready and waiting for the interception.
Ooh, Panda will not be ready and waiting for anything there as he gets demoed. Boltini shot goes high, is close. But Golden Clouds now in a little bit of survival mode. They gotta be careful. Boltini knocking at the door. She has come close to a couple goals here. But the posts are being Golden Clouds' third man, keeping the play within 2. And Golden Clouds still has a chance to come back. Still over a minute remaining.
Yeah, you have a feeling, you know, Voltini almost simplifies their approach. They would have probably 2 or 3 goals at this moment because they've been so present on the field, and it's made the defense panic quite a few times. They have a little bit of a buffer here. Minute left to play, so Golden Clouds not out of it yet, but Ronin ever present, another opportunity. Unfortunately, that'll be a much tougher bounce for Voltini to be able to track down here, but sticking around, staying present on the ball, and trying to buy as much time as possible here.
Good 50 there. Golden Clouds becoming closer and closer to that point. You really need a goal if you have any hope of coming back in this one. Because under 30 seconds left right now, Ronin controlling the pace of play. They're in the zone. Phoenix looking for a pass.
Ooh.
Does find Boltini. No shot on net though, but at this point, all you got to do is just run the clock.
Yeah, just great control here, and it was really a flurry of goals, and Boltini will finally get her goal. It feels like we've been waiting a while to actually see it go into the net, but again, great approach, beating multiple players from the corner, and a good run.
Yeah, great play there. Good patience from Boltini. Phoenix set that pass up. Phoenix, 100% goal participation for them. They have played a huge role in this one. They got them started, kept them going. On goal for the road for Godless. Nice team play there. Panda kept it up off the ground, cuts the deficit to 2 to end this one.
Yeah, not necessarily anything that hurts them here, but, you know.
Get to see Buffy's 2 go.
Yeah, not sure if Ronin, you know, want to, you know, kind of pad the stats, try to keep the goal totals down here. But, again, a really, really clean game from them. And talking about Phoenix kind of taking over that 3 goals, really just, you know, picking their moments on transition and in the defensive side.
Yeah, for sure. Phoenix was able to not only find holes in the defense, he was also generating them himself. So Phoenix was really able to take advantage of some of the Golden Clouds team plays. Maybe they're a little bit more used to having more time and space, but with someone that attacks that quickly, you got to make an adjustment, try not lose the ball to them because it opens up your net. But with that much aggression, you can also kind of take advantage of that as well in the offensive zone. If you can play it around them, then you've got an outnumbered chance on net.
Yeah, by the way, 6 demos for this side of Ronin. You know, we saw them, you know, Golden Clouds, they were only able to kind of keep up that physical gameplay at the beginning, and Ronin continued to kind of stick with that. I wonder if, you know, they are going to be deterred at all from that physical gameplay, if, you know, Golden Clouds have anything to say about that.
Absolutely. It's going to come down to which team I think can strike first and strike often in this one, and we're going to get to see how Golden Clouds respond. They got the last goal in that game. We saw the Brownies in the earlier series. They scored a goal in the dying seconds of the game and came back very nicely in the next one. So we'll get to see how this does. And shout out to Panda. You can see the little pandas on his car. They're hanging on for dear life as he tries to... Well, I hope pandas aren't an endangered species.
I think they absolutely are an endangered species.
Oh, no.
So, there's actually a warrant out for the other side for liberating the panda, but Phoenix absolutely feeling it right now. Option to the middle of the field, Voltini trying to stay light on the touch, but Phoenix won't go just yet. Does dive in and gets demoed for their choices here. Voltini has to hold down the line and manages to do so. Now immediately on the other side, Phoenix is kind of left open there as they baited the shot, able to get back around to it. But Ronin not done on the offense just yet.
Great pass, good save by Panda. Voltini knew Phoenix was back, probably due to communication, and now the counterattack. Godless and Panda trying to set up. Godless, nice carry, doesn't have the boost to follow that. And Phoenix is going to be able to get the reset, and he's going to have to reset on the field after that one. Both players spawn on the same side. Voltini, good clear, open net. If she can take advantage, knocked away. Good save, Godless there coming back. Always a little bit stressful when you're going back towards your own net to make that save. So we see another kill, this one on Phoenix.
Wow.
And Panda almost. Close chance.
Yeah, it was a really close look, and had Ronin kind of trying to guess where that would eventually be. The shot maybe just a little bit too precise there, but Godless had a bunch of net to look at there. Will get the goal to go. And just good first touch, didn't let it get too far away, and able to catch the defense unaware.
For sure. Panda's 50 there not only won the ball, but also the momentum that Voltini was coming into that 50 with sent her a little bit past the ball and opened the door for Godless. Took advantage, no mistake. Now Phoenix looking for an answer. Voltini's going to have a shot. It'll be just wide, though. Good chance for them. And now the counterattack shut down early by Phoenix. He's got a chance. Nice 50. Going to be a goal. Just hard work by Phoenix down in the corner. Beats a couple players with just a couple really nice 50s.
Yeah, I was about to say, just so clean, and Phoenix seems to be a player that when they decide they really want to get a goal, they find a way to produce. And now Golden Clouds have to be careful because the players had multiple successes of kind of breaking down the defense. They have to find a way to stop that. Otherwise, we're going to see another, multiple goal swing by Phoenix, by Voltini, if they can get it going yet again.
Here comes Panda, though. Good chance. It's towards net. Voltini there. I gave a shout out to Panda in his car. Phoenix in his car as well. He's got the Phoenix wings. He's got the Phoenix goal explosions. So lots of style. You got to give credit to all players for their car choices. And nice pass there to Godless. His touch stopped by Voltini. The rebound hits the post.
Get in.
Line. No goal for Golden Clouds. Somehow Ronin survives, and now here they come. Shut down early by Godless. Very close for the Golden Clouds.
I know there is, we are in a virtual sport and there's no VAR, but like if I was part of Golden Clouds, I'd want the tape. I want VAR. That was almost all the way across the line multiple times here, and Ronin, kind of thinking they're lucky stars that one did not find a way across. Phoenix gonna go head hunting here. Unfortunately, Voltini will not be able to make their way any farther with the ball, and we're getting towards the end of this game here. It could be the next goal being the game-winning goal for either of these sides.
As close as this game is, you can go ahead and consider this the start of overtime, as goals have been coming at a premium in this game. Lots of defense we've been seeing. And that chance going to go over Phoenix. That's going to go in. Godless found himself the slot he needed. Closest player to saving that was Panda, and he's not going to do that. Yeah. Not from that side.
And you could see Phoenix actually made a choice, was thinking, do I go for that? Do I turn around? They decided to turn around, and they weren't able to really get back to that one. they'll have an opportunity here, still a minute to play, but, like you said before, goals have been at a premium in this game specifically, and some of those touches in front of net here have not been friendly for Ronin, but they are starting to be a lot more friendly for Golden Clouds here.
Panda beat the first person by forcing them to jump with a little bit of a fake out, beat the second man with a quick touch, and bumping the defender coming back across the midfield before they could even hope to make a save. Godless put that shot where he needed to be, and Golden Clouds look like they maybe have struck back, although Ronin not ready to say, I'm ready to go to game 3 just yet.
Yeah, as of right now, almost, completely, opposite games in terms of, Golden Cloud, they're getting their hat trick here from Godless. Phoenix in the game prior. But it was really one player that, made a huge impact on, on the goal line here. So we'll see what they have. Final few seconds left as Ronin, starting to run out of time to really get back into this one. But they'll have to figure out what change was made in order to get back to their game 1 form.
Yeah, shout out to Golden Clouds. They're going to get another from Godless. Godless has all 4 goals. It was Phoenix last game who had 100% goal participation for their team. Godless this game came back, even the series. No discredit to Panda. He played well too, but Godless, the goal scoring prowess in that one really just pushed through Golden Clouds. They made a few less defensive mistakes and their offense came to life. And I think that's what really helped them in this one.
Yeah, dominating the shot totals here. It is 10-5 of Ronin, and they weren't quite giving the same threat level Ronin was to Golden Clouds. Golden Clouds were finding the space. They were having a lot of goals. Maybe they should have had a 5th goal there with the ball on the goal line, but a really impressive turnaround here.
It was very close, and that the game was tied at 1 with that goal line touch, and they didn't let that get them down. You could have said we were so close, but goals aren't really coming this game, and you could have let that slightly defeat you, but they didn't. They came back and they played some great offense, and I can tell you from personal experience, you don't want Godless cooking if you're the other team because it's never going to end well.
Well, they are in form right now. Let's see if that'll carry over, or will Phoenix revive and find their game 1 form like the Phoenix? You see what I did there, Fox? We're doing a whole bunch of animal references here. I wanted to make sure that the crowd got that one.
Yep, Phoenix, also a great song by Fall Out Boy. Pretty sure it is copyrighted, so don't play it here. But it is a wonderful song either way, and we're seeing some wonderful Rocket League 2. 850 there. Gonna set up Panda. He's got time, got space. Gonna try and get around Boltini, but she stood tall, said no.
Yeah, it was a really good read by Boltini, not leaving that corner. They wanted to, maybe take a push, believing that ball to go to the corner, but they stopped. They waited. They knew that shot was going to be coming out. They stood their ground there.
Yeah, good save by Boltini. Godless already back on his game strategy last game. Game 2 with that offense already with a great shot, but this time Boltini up to the task, and now Phoenix going to try. Can't get past Panda. Pandas are pretty large creatures. Phoenix going to take out Godless in the backfield. Lots of time and space for Boltini to work with. He's going to go looking maybe for a pass, but Godless going to be there first. And forces Phoenix to go back. This ball headed back and forth now from zone to zone.
Yeah, it's really striker v striker here, and who can open the opportunity. Godless waiting for their first one, but not getting enough space. Boltini, opportunity off the top, and now this is trouble. Godless has room to work. Will they be able to get around this one? No, go too far.
Betrayed Godless there. He was a little bit too excited seeing so much open field. But good chance, and that's a problem. You can take a shot like that, like Boltini and like Godless there, but if it comes off the post with enough force, you're looking at a counterattack in very quickly. So you have to really be mindful of that. And his shot just too high to be handled there. as he just flops one, takes the gap wedge out, hits a long one, and into the net.
Yeah, I think the takeoff, not quite what Boltini was looking for there, and maybe deciding whether they would stay on the ground and catch and carry that, or whether they would go up. Kind of went in between, and you could see it on the takeoff. And maybe just didn't know that there was no one in the immediate vicinity here. Phoenix looking to get that goal back here, but it is Panda. Godless option in the middle, but Phoenix not allowing any of those options to come to fruition here.
Yeah, if you're against animal violence, please turn away when Phoenix demos Panda. He has done it quite a bit, setting up plenty of plays for his team. But as of right now, Panda, good chance there, but stopped Boltini again. Coming through with the defense, and right now, if you are Ronin, your offense is kind of quieted down a little bit. I think it's time to maybe focus a little bit more on your defense, make sure Golden Clouds stay within range, and just wait for a mistake and strike on that.
Yeah, well, I think they have to be really careful with when they're going to air with certain couple of their touches. Like, Boltini has had some early takeoffs there, and almost pre-jumping some of the passes there by Phoenix. And while they've been getting to a few of those balls, it does leave them vulnerable if they don't actually go into the net. If it's blocked away, if it goes off the backboard, they're left vulnerable for quite a little bit, as Phoenix not able to get back as quickly because of the pass. So they have to make sure they're really careful with some of those moments here. Panda looking to kind of muscle their way through a huge 50, and they will get the second goal here, their second of the game.
Kung Fu Panda can't spell po, or can't spell pound without po, and he pounded that ball past the defense into the net. And Panda said, "We saw Godless score all the goals last game. Now it's my turn. It's time for me to come alive." And that was some good defensive positioning. I mean, it wasn't like Ronin wasn't there to make the save. It was just a big challenge. Panda hit the gym before this game, and it was just too big for the defense to handle.
Yeah. Now all the pressure on Ronin to get something going. A little bit of a goal drought in these final moments here. They have to find something that works, but I don't think Panda or Godless is gonna give them any unnecessary momentum. Pass middle of the field. Boltini firing off yet another one. Unfortunately, shot just not accurate enough to put any threat on goal. Godless shot. Boltini save, not gonna be enough. Got a touch on it, but wasn't able to steer it clear, and Godless will get goal number 3.
Panda's pass, it beat Phoenix, who was in a better position for that ball. Phoenix was moving towards the Golden Cloud zone, whereas Boltini's moving back towards the net. Phoenix needed to try and get that touch, but Panda put enough elevation on that shot and made it difficult on Boltini. Nice shot by Godless. Looks like Golden Cloud's ready to cruise their way to a Game 3 victory. But Ronin not ready to go down without a fight just yet. They could still build themselves some confidence, maybe start to build a game plan ahead of the Game 4 with a couple last minute adjustments in this one.
Yeah, and I think right now for Ronin, they really need that goal to inject a little bit of fear in the side of Golden Clouds. They don't really seem worried about anything because they have the feeling that they can counterattack, they can get back when they need to, because the goal hasn't come. It's been fairly predictable here from Ronin, and Golden Clouds have been up to the task and been willing to really send that back, signed, sealed, and delivered back to sender.
Golden Clouds look to be making a few more plays, letting the play come to them in the first game, and we saw it bite them. Nice shot by Phoenix. Does have himself a goal, shot over Godless there. But Golden Clouds, they were letting play come to them in Game 1. Since then, it looks like they are taking the play to Ronin. And they play a lot more confident of a style that way, and you can see goals now coming much more at a premium now that Golden Clouds have picked up the pace. Final seconds of this one will tick away, though. Maybe one more goal. It is one more goal. Godless has himself another hat trick. Not a good night if you are a hat, because you will be flung everywhere, but nice shot by Godless, just took advantage. Doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. We are already decided as to who's taking Game 3.
Yeah.
And we will be ready for Game 4 coming your way next. As Eclipse Golden Clouds, a huge bounce back. All sorts of offense and goals coming their way the last couple games. And they are now 1 win away because of that from winning the series.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier that, opposition have to be careful if Godless gets going, but we saw Panda taking over early in that game. 2 goals for them, both players with 6 shots. They're having a very team-oriented victory here where both players are contributing. 3 goals for Godless, 2 goals for Panda, both of them with assists, both of them with multiple saves. I mean, right now it's a wonderful look here for Golden Clouds, and it feels like they are in their peak form right now.
Yep, this is some of the gameplay that we see with Golden Clouds. They're tier 5 champions for a reason last season. They play really well when they play fast, when they have confidence. Godless, definitely one of their more offensively talented players. So if you are Ronin in this game, you have to make some sort of adjustment, because playing the same way that you have the last couple of games is not going to work against this increased speed. You have to throw them off their game with a bump, with a different style. You have to throw something in there to throw Golden Clouds off, to stop this momentum, try and fight your way back to a Game 4 victory.
Yeah, Ronin, they have to play clean here, and they have to get a little bit of confidence back. I think they're really trying to reach and dive, and they might not have the opportunity to do that. Panda wanted to be the fullback there, and almost another opportunity. Godless v Phoenix will have a good 50 there, and nice Panda actually dove there, and Boltini will be left unchecked there. Phoenix, that's a wonderful pass, and not even seeing that defender.
It's a great pass. Nice play there. Boltini was ready to collapse. She wasn't too far committed where she was in a bad defensive position by any means, but she was ready for that ball. She pounces, and if you're writing a prescription looking for what the doctor ordered, I think Ronin just found it. Because here they come again.
Another one.
Close.
Oh. Just off the top, and I feel like Ronin have had quite a few opportunities that have gone sideways. The accuracy has been plaguing them for at least the past game. Hopefully the volume of shots increases so that they'll find those opportunities more and more. But Panda may have bought themselves another one.
No! Oh, it was close. That was so close to being an excellent play. It just, Phoenix slowed down. I mean, that was a brilliant play.
Yeah,
I think had all sorts of time.
I think it's the smoke screen. I think the smoke screen, has a little bit of that effect of like, I don't want to hit the ball into my own net, and so you turn around, you're not exactly sure where the ball is, and unfortunately it just rolls in. Panda did all the work they needed to before they lost all of their car there, and they will get the equalizer. Boltini looking to get 1 goal back, and underneath the car, Phoenix still lurking around for an opportunity, but will be denied. They'll have to reset the offense here.
Yeah, good rotation coming out from Ronin. They've got someone there to support the ball on the sidewall, keeping Golden Clouds hemmed in right now. You can see Phoenix stopping that clearance attempt. Boltini going to go for a shot. And finally found himself some boost, and he'll try and clear. He'll go to the opposite side of the field, more space. But again, Phoenix being fast to this ball, as is Boltini. Ronin have picked up their offensive zone presence for sure, and starting to make a difference. But as I say that, midfield, Golden Clouds finds a weakness, as Phoenix not the touch he wanted there. He put it towards Boltini, but Panda was ready and waiting. That ball might as well have been bamboo, because he pounced and he chomped.
Yeah, just unfortunately a wayward touch, and they're doing well positioning wise defensively, but the touches are a little bit lackluster in terms of the directionality, in terms of the intention of where they're supposed to be. Still 3 minutes to play here. Panda looking to have a little bit more pound there, looking for Godless in the middle of the field, and they've been connecting pretty well, but they don't need to do too much. The goals and the opportunities have really been opening themselves up here. Godless against Phoenix. Phoenix looking for one more touch off the ceiling. Is Boltini anywhere around?
Boltini off the crossbar.
Oh, no.
She has painted the posts and the crossbar. with all sorts of chances in this one. That one gonna hit the post, and Phoenix not able to get the rebound. Boltini's there. If you're Ronin, like, you gotta be feeling good. You're generating plenty of offense. You just gotta stick to it because eventually one of these is gonna go in. That shot from Godless almost went in.
I mean, right now, it's hopefully they might get something going here. Phoenix on a run. Panda will send it up. This will be to Boltini. Plays it to the back wall. Will get a turn, and the pinch goes backwards. Reset it to Phoenix.
A little low on boost. Gonna lose it, but Boltini there. And now what can she do? She's one-on-one with Panda on the side. Over Panda. Boltini off the ceiling. Coming in for the clip. That was close. It hit the post off the ceiling. Boltini looking for redemption. Now she's gonna have to try and make the save, but Godless's shot too fast and too powerful.
It's so very close. The opportunities are so close for Boltini, but right now looking like a major league pitcher, just painting the corners around the goal, and it's just not quite working out. And Golden Clouds are finding the answer. They're getting the shots when they need to. Now they have that buffer. It's 2 goals of a deficit here for Ronin. They have to find an answer quickly, otherwise it could be another response. Light touch all the way to the side, but will be sent away.
Godless, nice steal. That's going to be on net. It's going to be another one. And honestly, Golden Clouds, the way they've been playing, they kind of went into survival mode for the first part of this game because it was all Ronin with offensive chances. They got a couple good breaks, and now they've sort of found their chances. They've generated their own chances by just being an unbreakable wall. Eventually, the other team does make a mistake, and Golden Clouds have just played too clinical in this one, and it looks like they may have put this one out of reach.
Yeah, just playing a little bit cleaner. Ronin, unfortunately, the generated chances, while nice, if they're not, efficient with those chances, unfortunately not a lot to write home about here. Only 1 goal in this one, despite having some great opportunities. But 45 seconds left. See if they could put anything together in these final moments.
A team who is undefeated in threes and who are defending champions. They've got some great players, so definitely nothing to feel too down about. They generated plenty of chances. If that clip from off the ceiling had gone in for Boltini, this would have been a totally different ball game because it was still 2-1 at that point. We would have been tied, but it was Golden Clouds that found the next strike. And now they're just in kill the clock mode. Panda might have himself a goal. He does. And it looks like Golden Clouds are going to take this series and move to 2-1 on the season. Yeah,
and again, just a really good response from them. We saw Godless was kind of the catalyst for this team to get going, and now both players probably really playing at their capacity, and we're seeing what kind of results that could give. They're not going to play the ball here. They'll let this one go and kind of play this passive if possible, because they are in enough of a lead. Golden Clouds takes 4 to get here, but they get it done dominantly in the past few games. They will be your winners tonight.
Yeah, excellent play. The duo of Godless and Panda. If it wasn't Godless, it was Panda, and vice versa. They were able to really sort of define the game themselves. They were able to take advantage. And any mistake that Ronin make, it felt like the Golden Clouds were just right there to punish them. And honestly, it was just that continued pressure, that continued just great gameplay, great shooting from Godless, of course, that just really sort of broke down their opponents this week.
Yeah, and I feel that as soon as the offense stopped working here for Ronin, Golden Clouds really they didn't have anything to fear. They were confident enough in their defense to start being a little bit more aggressive and going and sticking around in some of those offensive opportunities a little bit longer and lingering a little bit longer in the midfield, because they believe that they would intercept a pass or beat an opponent to a ball if they just had that confidence. So as soon as they kind of got that locked down, it was game over.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to drop in for an interview with one of our winners. It is Mr. Godless from Eclipse. What's going on, my man?
Hey, not much. Just chilling.
Just chilling. We were just vibing, now we're just chilling. But anyway, a great series from you guys. It looked like maybe a little bit of a timid start in Game 1. Kind of came back to bite you there. What were the adjustments like between Game 1 and 2 to sort of remedy that and start to play Golden Cloud's sort of Rocket League?
It took us a second to figure it out, but it was just our positioning mainly. We just had to kind of pull together and communicate more. Because our first game, our comms were kind of, not going to be real, they were really bad. And they were scoring a lot on us, getting the ball past us, and it just took fixing that to solve the issue.
All right, so, kind of injecting, a little bit of, maybe life into the comms. You seem like your play kind of, starting with a hat trick in game number 2, your play kind of inspired, Panda to kind of step up as well and get scoring. Do you feel like you guys play off of each other really well? Like when you're playing well, your teammates playing well. When your teammates playing well, you're playing well. Or how is that relationship?
Honestly, that is exactly how it is. If one of us is playing well, we can typically encourage the other one to get up there. It just takes a bit of time, as you guys saw in the game. Because today, Rocket League, it was kind of rough for a bit for us, but I'm glad we were able to pull together overall as a team.
Yeah, you guys had a really great series. Dealing with some of that pressure, we really saw it in Game 4, especially there at the end. Ronin was just putting shot after shot. They were going off the posts. Was there any sort of panic, any sort of sort of sporadic gameplay with you guys, or were you just kind of calm, cool, just chilling, like you said, waiting for your opportunities to strike?
At first, it was a little panicky because of the demos and the lack of boost that we were having. But then we honestly stayed calm and, like I said, picked up the comms more, and we just had to make sure we got the ball away from our side.
Well, very nice. Are there any sorts of shout-outs you want to give before you head out?
Shout out to Panda, honestly, for making time to play, because he has DVG right now. He was gonna sub out, but he made it, so I want to say thank you for being a great teammate and sticking with your captain decision.
Well, very nice. We appreciate your time. Thank you for the interview, Godless. We hope you have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you for the cast, and thank you, Cookies, for making it awesome.
All right. That was one of the players, Godless, from Golden Clouds. A really emphatic victory towards the end of that series. So really excited to see more from them. And is it weird that we've had 2 teams that have ended up on the victorious side say they've not had a good day playing Rocket League? Like they're like, the first thing they say is like, oh yeah, Rocket League, it wasn't really going well, and then they're just like, oh, but we got the victory in the end.
That's what makes the great players the great ones, right? You're always your biggest critic, even though you had a great day on the pitch. There's always room for improvement. That hunger to get better, always there. And I feel like, that sort of attitude, although it can become a little bit too much at times, you can almost be self-destructive in a way. That attitude really benefits you in Rocket League because it's or in life in general, it's going to push you to keep doing better. You're never happy enough with yourself. And as long as you're your biggest critic, but you do so in moderation, I think that's a really good formula for success.
All right, well, it looks like we are going to take a little bit of a break, probably about 20 minutes or so until we get the next match lined up for you. 16 minutes, sorry, I can do math. But we are in for a real treat here. Tier 3, the next match, yeah, no problem, going up against Renewal Storm. So you do not want to go anywhere. We are taking a quick break, but again, stay here. We got more Rocket League to come after the break.